This could be a pretty lean year in the QMJHL for players on Team Canada at the World Junior Hockey Championships. When you look at the roster of players that will represent Team QMJHL, there are only a few candidates, I think, that will ultimately get invitations to Team Canada's camp. I think the most obvious one is Pierre-Luc Joseph of the Charlottetown Islanders. PO has been such a strong player for Charlottetown the last 2.5 years. He's been a key cornerstone on their defense. He's a first-round pick of the Arizona Coyotes. He's big, he's strong, and he can play at both ends of the ice. I think he's a guy that will get a lot of consideration when it comes down to players making Team Canada this year. I think another one who should be and could be under consideration is Drake Batherson of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. I think he's put up really strong numbers so far this year. He's fast, he can play in a lot of different situations, and he's a young man who's very smart. He has a great pedigree and has really developed his game quite well in Cape Breton over the last couple of seasons. I think it's possible that Joe Veleno gets an invitation from the Sea Dogs to the World Junior Camp. Whether he ultimately makes the team or not, that will certainly be a question mark, but I think it's quite possible that, at least for the experience, if nothing else, that Joe Veleno gets an invitation to that training camp this year. And then, of course, there are the players that are still in the National Hockey League, Pierre-Luc Dubois of the Columbus Blue Jackets and Samuel Girard, who was just traded from the Nashville Predators to the Colorado Avalanche. I think there is potential that those two guys could get loaned back to Team Canada. I think they would both be very, very important players for Canada should they be able to be a part of that team, but it's not guaranteed, especially with Girard just getting traded. Colorado may decide they want to put him in and keep him there, and Dubois is still kind of finding his way in Columbus, but I think it's always hit or miss when you're relying on potential NHL players to come back to the World Juniors. I think it might be a leaner year in the QMJHL this year than it has been in the last couple, but I think the representation that is there will still be very strong.